Well, it's the cotton pick and phone call. That's what it is. This is your last opportunity for you to get hold of your one-day special. Oh, my goodness, I hate all of that. So cringy. But I've done it.
Anti-M, it's a twister, it's a twister.
Well, what can I say? It's a one-day special that launched at 6 o'clock yesterday, and it has been flying out. I don't know whether I'm allowed to tell you, but it's one of the largest stock one-day specials that we've seen from Crafts too. So we thought we were okay. We thought we'd be able to see it right the way through until 6 o'clock this evening. I'm not so sure, because we are rapidly approaching limited stock with regards to this. So if you've been thinking about it and you've been sitting on the fence, then you need to be making your decisions ideally during this last hour. Of course, it's a one-day special. It's a John Next Door one. So of course we've got John Next Door. How you doing?
Hello.
You're all right?
I'm good. And I managed 5 hours with no hat.
Love it, you have. Now, I am right in thinking that this is the largest stock that we've had, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The first release of Christmas, I think there were 2 or 3 of those that have already gone completely.
Okay.
And
now, when you say gone completely, is that it? We're never going to see them again? Right,
but the chances are, we know the world situation at the moment.
Okay.
There's no way if we put a reorder in now, we're going to get any of these back in any time decent for Christmas. Yeah, so the chances are no. So for this show, we did put a really deep stock on.
Okay.
And you've gone through it all, and the reserve and everything. And I'm getting messages in from people now telling me that, you know, literally they're struggling to find it. So if this sells out, it certainly won't be back on Crafts Store. You might see 1 or 2 oddments if I can pull any from the fire.
Yes.
Because I've got 2 more shows planned with this.
Oh, right.
And the first release.
Okay.
And I don't think there's enough left for it.
Fair enough. But that's another story. I've just literally heard my producer in my ear, Kirsty, say, oh, my goodness, we need to reference the happy hour. We, of course, have got a happy hour deal for you. Now, have a look at this. Now, you may well recognise this. This is your platinum double-sided glitter cardstock. Now, this is something that the only time that we've seen this is when we saw it alongside, was it alongside a one-day special? Was it alongside?
It was alongside the limited edition.
Limited edition, that was
and
it.
I think we'd intended to put it on for people to be able to buy an extra pack if they wanted to, and we didn't. So Peter said for the happy hours, really kindly, this was his, he went, how about if we give people a chance to have 3 packs of it? It was like,
deal.
Brilliant.
You are loving this. Now, this is very subtly different from the silver. It's got more of a bluey tone to it, but rapidly approaching 40% of the stock has gone. When Kirsty said, oh, we need to mention that they're happy out, 20% of the stock had gone at that point. So I was a bit delayed in giving you that update. So apologies for that. Oh, thank you, John. Now, John's just handed in the silver. Now, when you look at against the silver alongside the platinum, you can see how it's got that bluey hue. It could also be almost like a lavender hue, I suppose.
On the packet, it will say baby blue.
Right.
Because when we ordered this initially, we thought it was going to be a baby blue colour.
Okay.
We chose a baby blue colour on the paint chart.
It's on there somewhere.
But when
there
they worked it, it came through and I said, this is platinum. I want this for my limited edition. Okay. It is perfect. So, you know, don't be surprised. What you will get is the platinum with a baby blue tag on it.
Now, I haven't actually got the time or the opportunity to open up a pack of these, but it is double-sided, so you will get that blue. Oh, there he is again. Oh, he's looking out for me. So there you go. You can see it's got that double-sided effect, which is brilliant if you're wanting to do anything that's going to turn and flip within your project. But you have to be quick. It's £9.99 for 3 packs. 2/3 of the stock has gone. Now, with a happy hour deal, I don't know if you realise, but it's not limited to 1 per customer. So if you really want to stock up on this one, you need to go for multiples, but you have to be quick. Please do not leave it till the end of the hour. If there is any stock left at the end of the hour, then it will go up by £10, which is still an amazing deal. 3 packs for £19.99 is phenomenal, but the fact that you're getting it for just £9.99, it's no wonder we're busy. But for a moment, let's draw our attention back to the one-day special. Now, this is a brilliant bundle. You've got your 6 sets of dies with regards to these, but you've got 33 dies in total. Down at the front there, you can see you've got your larger dies, and then you've got your smaller collection of your dies at the top here. So you can see you've got intricate detail, and you've kind of got usability with these and the possibility of using them in a whole host of different ways. Now, you may well have caught some of the one-day special shows, and you'll see how John has been utilising these in different ways. Or it might be that you just quickly, simply and easily, you're taking things like the tree that you've got there, die cutting it, using it as a topper. But look at the intricacy that you've got with these, phenomenally so. And also, it's the clever design of these that means you're really maximising the use. This is the thing that we saw earlier on, John, with the different shows. You've shown us how you can take like a couple of sheets of A4 card and kind of literally have minimal waste because you're kind of using elements from one, taking them over to the next.
Exactly. I've tried to design it so that every piece that falls away is the start of the next card or works with a different card. So I don't want waste. We pay so much money for card. I mean, you know, I was talking to Peter last week and telling him what my card bill is like a month.
Yeah.
And you want to get the most out of it. So if you look at this one you're looking at now, and I'm going to be showing you how to do something similar to this in the first demo.
So is that the sort of card that could be worked alongside that one?
The piece that's fallen out from that first one is made into the second one.
Clever.
And of course, there's a background that's left from that one, which goes into making your third. So you're not losing anything. And I think that's the way we should be.
Definitely.
And as you said, they're all designed to mix and match. So there's a Noel on its own, but the Noel will also fit within the pear tree frame.
Okay. Oh, and that, I love the intricacy of that
so that you can
one.
work it with that. Everything's designed so it works together.
But then the letters, they're not set in that square formation.
No. So again, you can use them. And that one's using, I think, the waist stuck in.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. It looks brilliant. Now, the details on your screen. I'll show you some more finished samples in just a few moments, but I need to go through all the information that you need because this is flying out. I think lots of you have realised that this is the hour to take advantage of this particular deal. So, 983-236, that's your one-day special, £67.94. Freedom members, you've got a discounted price, bringing it down by £16.79. Means that just £61.15 will get you your one-day special. You don't even have to go for it all in one go. You can spread the cost over 2 payments, which means if you're a Freedom member, delivered to your door for just £30.58 today, you will get all of those dies. 983-236. Now do jump onto the website because we have got a bit of a queue situation building with the phone lines. We're getting busier and busier on there. So on the website, that's the place to go. Now, don't forget your happy hour. Now I've got to give you an update. Oh my goodness. Kirsty, bless her, in my ear, she said, we need to go to the happy hour, need to go to the happy hour. And I was thinking, OK, I'll get there. I can understand why. Limited stock. We knew that that would happen. We didn't really expect it to happen so early on. Now, again, sorry, I'm confusing the issue there with that spare sheet there. You are going to get 10 sheets in each one of those 3 packs, giving you 30 sheets. But if it's not in your basket now, you potentially could miss out on this one. So please don't worry about the demos. You can go back and watch those. You can catch up with us later on. But please, the important thing now is if you're wanting your happy hour, you get it now. You get it quickly, get it in your basket, but get that basket checked out. There are people that are going to miss out on this one, potentially because there are other people that are ordering 2s and 3s of these, which you can do. And that's why we're now in a technical sellout situation, which means the stock that we've got is in everybody's baskets. Now, you know, I will tell you if any of those fall out, but I've got a feeling because it's flown out so quickly, those people are going to be checking out their baskets. So sadly, if you're on the phone lines, you could have potentially missed out on this one. Can only apologise. That's why getting on the website is often the best way for you to place your order, especially when we've got stock that's a bit vulnerable. A bit like the pollen, because this is another one that you liked earlier on. Now, this is a really brilliant bundle because you're getting so much in here. And this, John, kind of adds that finishing touch.
It does. Rather than just being a glitter, the pollen is made by our manufacturers in Holland that make our pollen for us. First time we've done a glitter version, but it still has the sand, but it has different sizes and grades of glitter in there, as well as interference, as well as mica. So I got a message from Sheila, one of the design team who's made some of the beautiful samples on here, and she said the white just stuck onto the double-sided adhesive shows almost like rainbow colours because there's different grades. So instead of getting a solid white glitter sheet, we can buy that.
Yes, yeah.
We can buy a solid gold piece of glitter card. This gives you, I mean, if you actually see on the board, if you look at the gold, you'll actually see it's not solid glitter everywhere. What you've got is bits of the mica and bits of the sand sticking. Now, how much more textured does that look See how it's sparkling? It's not sparkling everywhere.
It kind of adds depth to it. That's the key thing with regards to this one. So you can see that if I hold it still now, you can see you've got those kind of the peaks and troughs. That then if I just give it just a little wiggle, you can see that those larger areas, those larger particles are being picked up. And then the more you do, you kind of get a different amount of kind of sparkle, don't you, with the different things in there?
This is on white card.
Wow.
So this isn't yellow card or gold card or orange card. Each one, because could you imagine me bothering to put a different colour back about it by the band of each circle?
You just cut out 6 circles.
I cut out 6 circles with a die onto the thing. But look at it in the flowers.
Wow, look
and
at
that's on hot glue.
Wow.
But instead of it being just
it's like a
glitter,
gem.
it looks like a cabochon
Yes.
with different colours and interference and different textures in it.
Beautiful.
It just adds a real class to your flowers.
Amazing. Guys, you know I mentioned about the website being the quickest way to get your order on the system. Even more so now, we've got 5-minute queues on the phone line. So, yeah, you're going to miss out on some items. They will have sold out by the time you get to the queue. I can only apologise. If you've never worked with the website, if you've never gone online and placed your order, give it a go. It's really easy to work your way through. Before you know it, that order will be placed, you'll get that order number and you can sit back and relax knowing that those goodies that you want are in your basket and on their way to you. Hadn't even mentioned your birthday bonus because, of course, don't forget, if you've not placed an order during any of John's one-day special shows, then you will get an additional embossing folder in with your order. So that's the key thing. If you're not placed an order yet already, could be that you're going for the one-day special, could be that you're going for any of the items that we've been sharing with you. Then, of course, the beauty is that you can get hold of those. Now, we've seen a lot of people looking at the Kaleido, so let me explain to you. Obviously, we've been talking about dies during the one-day special, and from my past experience, and I've been in this industry a year or two, let's just say that, often it's the case that when people will, you might look at die cutting machines, you might think, oh, I don't want to spend that money on a die cutting machine, and then you'll suddenly see something that makes you think, oh, hang on a minute, those dies are rather nice, those are rather pretty, I wouldn't mind getting hold of those. Well, the thing is, you're going to need a die cutting machine, and we've seen a lot of new people getting involved with die cutting machines because they've invested in the Kaleido. But it's not just the machine that you're getting with the Kaleido, you're getting a whole system, and this system will allow you not only to work with your dies and your embossing folders, it will also allow you to hot foil all in one machine. You are getting so much in this bundle, John.
You are. You're getting everything we make for the Kaleido. So you're getting 11 rolls of foil, you're getting 1 included in your machine, but you're getting 10 separate rolls, 1 in each of the 10 colours we do. So there's no more add-ons. You know, we're not going to be coming next week going to say, right, now you need to buy the next 10 colours. These are the 10 colours we do. You get the Kaleido ink, you get the magic medium, which lets you use your waste and foil through your stencils. You get the pen, which lets you actually foil your handwriting or your doodling or anything that you want to do, or your moodling or anything. You get the magnetic base plate, you get the plates. And the difference with this machine is it's all in one. So, using the ink, using the medium, using the pen, add the foil on, switch the machine on and roll through, and it will foil wherever that ink or that medium is.
And is
full
that
stop.
Any die? Any stamp that we've got.
Any stencil, any embossing folder. So any stamp from any company, whether that be a rubber stamp, a woodblock stamp, a foam stamp, stamp you've made yourself, any stencil.
Alphabet letters, personalisation.
Yeah, personalise
oh my goodness,
them.
Yeah.
You can even handwrite with the pen and foil it. And you've got in front of you, you've got the sentiment stamps we've got on the show, you've got a little board. And on that, every single one of those is foiled. Now, I know that if I bought this as one of those pop-out sheets,
Yes.
where it's pre-foiled, there's a £5 gone.
Yes. Oh, easily.
Whereas each of those has been stamped and foiled in the Kaleido.
And you can do that over and over again.
Yeah, and again, with any stamp from the last 30, 40 years.
Yes.
It's just
so
amazing.
Many.
It's
and
revolutionary
so often
to me.
we kind of get that, or we try to get that effect by using embossing powders. And embossing powders will give you a lovely effect, but it's not that glossiness that you get with the foil. It doesn't look like a metal foil. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it always has that raised look.
Yeah.
It always has sometimes a little bit of a bumpy look.
Yes.
Whereas this is completely flat. You get none of that debossing you get with hot foil dies.
Yes,
None of that impression or marks. You literally just get it coated.
I love it. Now, if you're wanting to get hold of your machine, the details are on your screen there. At the bottom of your screen, you have got the ability to get hold of the stamps that I've just been sharing with you and the dies to cut them out as well. So I would certainly be considering adding those in as well if you wanted to get those kind of results. That is the key thing, but it really is a bumper bundle. Details are on your screen if you're wanting your Kaleido. So, of course, your machine, fabulous machine. I've got one of these. I use it for my fabric dies. You can use them for your thicker dies as well. So if you like using your mixed media dies or you want to use your steel rule dies, maybe you've invested in some of those over the years, then you can use these alongside it. Brilliant value for only 3 flexi buys on that one if you so choose. And if you're a Freedom member, a discounted price. And as I said, quite often it can be that you see just one set of dies that make you think, you know what, I think it is worth going for. One day special is certainly one of those one sets of dies. On the website, you'll be able to find not only your one day special, but you'll be able to find your Kaleido die cutting machine, those stamps that we spoke of. And don't forget, if you've got your happy hour in your basket, please make sure you've checked your basket out with regard to that one, because you could potentially miss out on that one. Lots of other items that you can see there. We did have the one day special available to you as individual dies. I think we're potentially down to the last couple of designs with regards to those. Again, the pollen, you've been loving the pollen. I think that might even be limited stock now. And the cardstock as well. Throughout, John will be working with all of these beautiful colour combinations that he's put together. So to be honest, it's almost like a one-stop shop really, isn't it? You've got everything that you could possibly need there. And even better, we've got John here to show us how to use it all, so it couldn't get much better really, could it?
I'll try.
So, one day special details popping back up on your screen now. Now, a bit of important news with regards to this one. We knew it was going to happen. It's going to turn green on your screen. The reason being, it's now limited in stock. Knew it was going to happen, so yeah, so didn't kind of expect it to happen at 4:15. Thought it might be a little bit later on. So yes, urgency is there. If you're wanting your one day special, please get hold of it now. 983-236. And we've still got the queues on the phone lines as well. Oh, hold on. It's not the only thing that's limited. Oh, the pollen's limited stock as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's all going a bit funny. Yes, everything's disappearing in this. So yes, the pollen, if you're wanting your pollen, again, be quick. Check your basket out. I hope you're shopping online because, again, you could miss out on that one if you're waiting to get your call taken. Those queues, incidentally, there were 5 minutes. Where are we? Oh, 6. Sorry. John?
Sorry. I can't give you any. There is no more. There is no more stock in the warehouse. I cannot physically, you know. Excuse me. I can't even make a call to Uncle Peter. I know, because the thing is, we say this, and I know you sit and you watch at home, and you go, oh, you know, oh, it's limited, and
they found some more.
But
or they dug it out.
I know behind the scenes, because I work so closely with Crafts 2 and building the poles. I know how much stock we put on.
Yeah.
I know what percentage of the total stock that came in was on here, and I am genuinely shocked. And I know there's no more reserves sat there to come through.
Yeah.
And I don't say that to worry anyone. I say that to save me getting all the hassle
it's honesty, though,
on
isn't
social media that I get for weeks afterwards, going, John, do you know where I can get a Linda's bauble? And Sam will trawl everywhere for you.
Oh,
but there comes a point where we have to say, I'm sorry, it's gone.
That's it, yeah.
And then we do get hassle. So it's like a fair warning, and I'm really sorry. I feel bad.
No, that's fair enough. You've got to get in early. You've got to get in early. Now, this is a pretty card.
So
I
thought we're going to make a variation on this. And I love this because this looks to me like one of those, I'm going to say Harrods, Selfridges and Harvey Nichols posh shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, say 3 and I'm safe. But it does look like that. But this, again, is something that's relatively easy to make, and we can adapt it really, really easily. So earlier I showed you using Mark's tree how we can make a simple version. So I want to show you a more complex one.
Okay.
And I want to show you something with the pollen that's quite clever about it as well. So
I'm just thinking as well, that could be the top of a box lid as well, couldn't it, if you wanted to?
Do you know that of a gift box, if you've got handmade chocolates,
Yeah.
how expensive would that look? I love black and gold. I don't know
It
why
looks
it is.
gorgeous,
Suddenly I've got
classy.
into black and gold for this.
Classy.
So I have got a piece here, and this is our black gloss card, mirror card now. This isn't on the show, but you may find this on the website.
So if they go into the brand section
Go
or
into the brand
for
section,
it
might be in Crafts 2, it might be in Craft Artists.
Okay.
You'll probably find the black one. So I've got a piece here cut 6 by 8, really simple.
Standard
but
size,
if you want to save your card, you want to cut this to 5 3/4
Okay.
by 7 3/4, because you'll get 2 panels that size out of an A4 sheet.
Right.
So I would suggest that you do it at home. It's one of those, do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
But what I want to do again is, I want to make sure, tape it at the top and the bottom, yeah? And not going into this panel because I want to use this panel. And you'll find when you're using these satins and these mirror cards, the tape can mark them. Okay. Now, it's quite a complex die, but this is what I love. So, I wanted to show this because this is mirror card, which we know, which is not a very sure.
Okay.
We know sometimes this is not the easiest to cut.
It can be a bit tricky, can't it?
This is an intricate die, and I did say that all of these will go through the Kaleido.
Yes.
So this one, you would have to rotate it that way to get that bit cut normally, you'd think.
Right, yes.
And of course, you can't do that on this, but I'm going to put the metal shim on.
Okay.
Yeah, to give me an extra little bit of bite.
And it's useful, isn't it? Because it's one of those things that it's there in case you need it, but you don't necessarily need it every time.
It is an extra,
yeah,
but it's worth it. You need it for your fabric dies.
Oh, yeah, definitely pop it in, yeah.
But it's definitely worth it. But the idea is, if you haven't got a metal shim, just use a piece of paper.
And I think it might be an end-of-call item, or you can pop it in when you go shopping online
There's
anyway.
usually some around what we've got. Yeah. But if you see, look, I designed this die so that everything cut out.
Look at that, the little tiny
in one
hole.
pass.
My goodness.
Through on a smaller machine. Because not everyone has an A4.
Oh, it's not necessarily a case of the affordability of an A4, it's the space of where to keep it.
It is. I mean, I have a literary at home. I've got to say thank you to Booth because he set it up. This is how I am at home.
Yes.
My Go Power is here.
Yeah.
My Kaleido is here. I do feel like I'm at home because this is exactly how I work. Same height, stood up. But this is easier. This is bang in front of me. So you can see there how everything is cut. So I've got that frame. Great to show you on black.
Yeah.
Not the best way to do it, is it? I'm wearing navy and I'm using black card. I'm sensible.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but if you
It's
watch all of these bits...
Victorian look to it then.
Do you know it has? I actually...
Like
I was
black
thinking
enamel.
earlier, it reminds me of like, is it boho chic?
And yeah,
That sort of-
chic, yeah.
Was it a 60s or 70s sort of revisit on Victorian type thing with
gosh,
Bieber?
Yeah, I was going to say it's Bieber, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's got that look, but watch,
yes.
every dot, and of course these dots here went through the sleeping policeman, as I call it.
Look at those.
Every single one out, so really easy. To get the dots out easily, use your pokey tool and think perforation.
Okay. Just go along the top there. It's not
Pull it
damaging
along.
the card.
No, pops them
Wow.
out. And of course it's left two in because I'm an idiot. But just get those little bits out. So I'll take those all out in a second because what I want to do now is, we're using black and gold. Now, this is where your second easier card would come from because this panel was designed, look, to be completely stable.
Yes, yeah.
So even though you'd think those corners won't, you put that onto like a square piece, a rectangular piece.
See, straight away.
Straight away,
look
there's
at
another
that.
one, but I need a tree now, so I want one of Mark's trees. So what I'm going to do is put it in the middle. But if I tape down this die, I'm going to mark this satin card, aren't I?
You will, yes.
Or this gloss card. But look,
oh,
the Kaleido has a magnetic base.
Yes, of course.
And it runs almost through the centre to hold the foil. So I don't actually need to tape that down. Make sure my plate's clean. So it's just that little benefit of thinking, if I forget to tape...
And I love this because the whole thing of John's design, and this is where he takes a lot of time to make sure that one die will work with another. Because, of course, you've got two different dies going on with regards to this. But what he's doing is he's making sure that there's enough space just above and just below that tree within that frame to mean that you can cut this piece from that piece. So when it actually comes to the throwaway bits, you're almost talking about just like the bits in between, aren't you?
Yeah,
And the
there
little
isn't,
dots.
because to me now... I've got that piece, yeah? Okay. So that piece can fit onto there like that, or fit onto a piece of gold. Okay. I could take then a scrap piece from another project, trim that down, and there we've got a basic card made from it. But I want this, I actually want from this one. So that's left over for my next one. That's left over from a previous one, so that will go and make my next card. I did have a lady who actually said on the Crafting with John Next Door on Crafts 2 group the other day, John, what have you done by suggesting using the bits left from the first card to make the second. So far today I'm on number 8 and I've got all the bits to make number 9 and I need to sleep.
Yes, yeah.
But it does honestly work. If you
It's clever. Just think about how you're doing it. Yeah.
Think about how you cut it and take the pieces that are left over from the first project you make and use those as the starting point for your second project, and you'll find if your mojo's gone, you'll just find yourself going wee all day.
But this, I mean, you're not using a huge amount of technique. So anybody that's new to card making, this is why I say about sometimes it's a die set that makes you think, do you know what? I do need to invest in a die cutting machine, because John is showing you how simply just using 1 or 2 of those dies, by kind of using the elements that are left over from one to use with the next, then you can maximise and use your card. I mean, John, you were talking a similar style to the card that John's working with now. Earlier on, I was saying to him, well, how many cards could you make? Because it was only using like 1.5 A4 sheets or something like that, I think. And you were saying that you could get like 3, I think it was 3 cards out of 1.5 A4 sheets, I think it was. I can't remember.
Basically,
it was early this morning.
It was 1.5 A4 sheets of each of the 3 colours.
That's right,
would make you 6 cards. And it would make you 6 cards in the same design, but each one would be in a different design. Each one would be in a different colourway and a different mix, but from doing that you would get 6 pieces. So what I'm doing now is, again, this is where I'm not wasting anything. This is another 5.5, 7.5, and I'm cutting out now another tree. So there is a spare tree for another piece. So I've got a tree aperture, okay? So if I just sort these pieces out, something you can cover a minute.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking, how do I kind of cover this one? Because obviously John's been working this card. It's amazing, it's beautiful. And it's a set, as you can see here, 30 sheets. You're going to get your 5 sheets of each one of these, giving you 30 sheets. And then you can see they're $14.99. 714777 is the item number, but it's technically sold out. Wow. See, I hesitate there because it's like, my goodness, where did that come from? How did that happen? Well, obviously it's a very popular colour combination, so that's where it's happened. But do keep a note of that item number, because it is one of those sets that hopefully we will be able to bring back to you at some stage. But at the moment, has it gone? I
genuinely don't know. What we did was we launched the waterfall glitter card.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, we put on something like 80% of the stock.
Oh, right.
And it flew.
Right.
We did it as a one-day special, and Peter had held some back for these shows.
Okay.
And it was literally, the quantity that you've got on this show was held back for each show. And I don't know until somebody goes into the warehouse probably next week after we've packed all these orders.
Isn't it, as well? So,
and says how much we've got left. And it's the same with all the other colours. Whether it will be back and whether we will have any more.
So it's worth keeping a note of the item number, because we can go and check that in a few days' time maybe. So maybe do that with that one.
I would check that, because with these, if you like them, last year we only did the gold and silver. Right. And it took a year for it to come back.
Wow. Okay, that's fair enough. Now, we've got loads of other colours that you can choose from. I will show you some of those as the hour progresses. So do have a little look online if you're wanting to have a little look, because they are all there. And it's really easy for you to go on there. You've got, obviously, the gold. Yeah, we'll just kind of scoot past that one. But you've got your traditional red and green. Beautiful collection. That blue is absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget, if you manage to get hold of your platinum, the blue is going to look absolutely out of this world with it. So, oh, did you hear that?
I've just thought the blues with a platinum.
Ooh, from John Lockwood for that one. And then the pink as well. I mean, the pink is beautiful. Again, it works well with the platinum, because the platinum and that pink, that silvery blue and that pink look gorgeous together. 5-star reviews with regards to those, so check them out if you wanted to. But you saw how quick the gold and silver went, so don't hang around. If there's one there that you like the look of, make sure you get hold of it quickly. And of course, what you're doing here, you can do with any colour combination. You just need
absolutely any combination. You'll find any of those packs have enough in there to be able to do this without having to go into another pack of card.
Fair enough.
So what I've got, it's got my frame.
Lovely.
And I've used, and again, if you want to know how to cut the perfect frames, you want to use the inserts, which are available as an end of call. Okay. But the technique of how to get the frames this perfect is on a video from last week on my Craft Cave. Brilliant. And the brilliant June Smith has written them up as a PDF document in the group. June, bless her now, for all of the Christmas videos, for the first set, she's already done it. She's done written instructions with photos for people who want written rather than videos.
Yes, yeah.
I can't do them.
Yeah, you haven't got time.
I haven't got time. I haven't got the patience.
Yeah.
My written instructions are cut card, cut die out, stick on. I can talk a talk, but I can't type it.
Oh, and I love the way that everybody gets so involved. I mean, the angels and everybody, and Paul as well, for putting the list of all the different videos on there.
They are. That's why I call them angels. They're all friends who help me out. They're not a design team. They are friends who help me out. So just by putting that gold frame on, I've suddenly made that look so much more expensive. I hold it up, you can see.
Gorgeous.
Put a little bit.
It's almost got a gothic look to it as well, hasn't it? It's beautiful.
It does have that boohoo
nice photo
chic.
frame, yeah.
Well, do you know it would? So I've got a little bit more foam tape on here because this is your Harvey Nicks card. You know.
We're going pulling out all the stoppers on this one.
Yeah.
Can I read to you? Because we've had a lovely email come through from Samantha, and Samantha's saying, well, it's what everybody is thinking. Congratulations, John, on another amazing Christmas edition to your Christmas 2021. You certainly have created another amazingly beautiful Christmas collection that makes the hours disappear in your craft room. Oh, I know about that. Thank you so much to you and to Sam for all your hard work. And I think that resonates from everybody, to be honest.
Thank you, Sam. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks. I find it so touching. People are so nice.
Yes.
People talk about a crafting community, and there is.
Yes.
There really is. So this is my waste piece.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a spray into my really useful box that's invisible down here to hold my glue. And I'm going to put a piece of acetate on the back. This helps to hold it in place.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's because I want to do a sort of faux shaker card. So now I'm black and gold. So I'm going to take the black and I'm going to put the black one on, and it just fits in.
Like a glove, beautifully.
Perfectly. But I said we wanted this to be really opulent. So I've cut it again in the mirror card. And again, I've got an extra spare piece for this. What I'm going to do this time is offset it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Slightly. There we go. So that now if I put that against a piece of white, you can see.
Oh, look, you can see through it. Beautiful.
Okay. But the plan is I want to put black behind it.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold it up again, but look, kind of lose that black, don't we?
Yes, yeah.
So the way to emphasise this, and this is why I said this is a little bit different.
Right.
And I'm hoping against hope I've got enough foam tape because the spare roll is in my car.
Okay. How fast can you run?
It's perfectly safe because the car is open.
We're in a very trustworthy area.
We are in a very small village.
You there?
There is, yay! I did put a spare roll in the car as well, just in case, and then forgot to bring it in. I got visions of Ben running with his microphone on to go and get this.
It looked like Challenge Annika because he's got a headset
he would with the
on.
headset. We should do that.
He could win the same competition that she won many a year. I'm
He
not going to go
could.
any further than that. If
I
you're
know
a
the one you
person of a
mean.
certain age, you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know the one you mean, and yeah, he probably could, bless him. Ben is not old enough to remember, thankfully.
Oh, he is.
So, what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to make this into a shaker card, but I'm going to use the pollen. You know when you make a shaker card, because you're using, before I've said use the snow to hold it in place, or when you put beads or anything in or sequins, they always fall to the bottom.
They do, yes. Yeah.
The fantastic thing about the pollen is, because it's different size articles, because it's got micron in there, it literally, by static, stays where you put it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is just put stripes of the white and then stripes of the gold.
Ooh.
And normally I would capture this between another piece of acetate, but I don't really need to. And what I want almost is static.
Okay.
So I just put that on like that. I'm only using 2mm foam tape. You want to use a thin foam tape, but I always use 2mm because it makes it cheaper to post still.
It's a fair point.
A couple of layers of 2mm don't make it into don't a large letter make. But I can just go on with that. There we go. And at this point, I could have added lights.
Oh,
But
pretty, yeah.
just going to trim it out.
Look at this. I mean, this is looking gorgeous already. The thing that I love about this, and this is where I talk about people that are getting started with die cutting. You may have been making all sorts of different cards out of pre-die cut pieces, but creating something like that, as many as you like.
But look.
Beautiful.
It's not moving.
Oh, no.
Because the larger elements will move.
Yes.
And as it heats up in someone's home, then the acetate always expands slightly.
Right.
And so little bits will snow.
Oh, okay.
But because it's got that mica in there and that sand, it stays where it is. Now, that's one of those that I would look at and I would go, how's that made?
Yes. Yeah.
I'd want, how is that a special card?
Yeah.
How is that trapped in there? So all we need to do now is, again, this is, like I said, this is a Harrods Harvey Nicks Selfridges card.
So the thing is, quite often when we're talking about making cards, we're talking about frames, we're talking about nested dies and making a frame. And with this set, you've kind of got that already
it's
included,
already in there,
haven't you? So it's a very economical way of getting that professional look. I mean, obviously the one day special at the bottom of your screen, you've got all of those dies in there, but it gives you the ability to create that kind of nested look when you're doing the effect that John is working with here. And of course the beauty is that frame that you've got with your tree, as you can see down at the front there, that particular one there, beautiful utilising that one together. But don't forget, the effect that John is doing with that one, you could do quite easily with the pear tree to the side there. You can take the technique and utilise it with your string of stars that you've got there. So it's having the idea and that kind of build-up of ideas that you gain over time. So if you are new to die cutting, the dies make it so much easier. You pick up all the techniques as time goes on. Sometimes you might not. It might be that you're very happy with the results that you're getting. And that's the beauty of this, that you could be making these over and over. And if you're making a lot of Christmas cards, sometimes simple is best, because this is the thing, you can make them all elaborate with loads of petals, loads of leaves, loads of sprigs and holly, which is brilliant. But if you've got to make 150 of them, the novelty wears off quite quickly.
And I think the interesting thing is, this is the only demo I've done today where I've used anything other dye than what's already included in the set.
Yeah.
If you take out the little bit of frame, everything on this card and everything on every other card I've demoed today is using what you're getting. I'm not saying, right, so you need to add in a circle from this or a square die or anything else. It's all included in there. But I just think when you look at that and the movement of it, the way that pollen sits, and you know that I didn't glue it.
No.
It's not glued down, that is loose. But normal glitter, we both know. Fine glitter, that would be at the bottom now.
Very economical
and it would just be a
card.
dirty brown colour because the gold and white would mix together.
Exactly. But it is, I mean, I know you're investing in, obviously, a die cutting machine and dies, so you've got that expense. But when it actually comes to the ingredients to make that card, a very affordable card to make.
It is, genuinely.
Beautiful. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
So there you go. Obviously, I'm going to show you loads of finished samples because the possibilities are pretty much endless with regards to these. But that is just utilising one die set. Can you imagine what you can do with all the other dies that you've got within this set? You've got 33 dies in total. There's a lot of different dies doing a lot of different jobs, but equally so, they all work beautifully together. One of my favourites is the Baubles. I think it's a classic look, isn't it? A Christmas bauble. But what about changing up the design within them? Because with these, you've got the outer parameter. You've also got the ability to do the frame, but then you've also got that little insert. And look at the detail that you've got within these. Absolutely phenomenal, as you can see there. Utilising with a little bit of vellum, again, a classic and simple style, or maybe you're going to be using it alongside some of that gold glitter and gold mirror card that you've got within your stash. Or maybe you're going to be taking the frame that you've got from the pear tree and utilising it alongside the little snowflakes, because you can. That is the beauty of this one. Now, some of them, I think the snowflake one you can get individually. I think that was one of the ones that's still available, but I don't think you can get the pear tree. I think this one went pretty early on, and you can understand why. Again, when you look at these designs, the technique level, very simplistic with regards to the technique, and I don't mean that in a kind of unforgiving. It's a kind of one of those ones that less is more sometimes. With this one, you've got the classic pear tree there, but die cutting it several times and creating those golden pears, as you can see there, looking absolutely beautiful on there. Going back to the bauble, we're talking about being extravagant. Imagine creating something like this for your nearest and dearest. A boxed card, as you can see, and then you've got within there the most incredible card This is the kind of card that my mum would be bringing out every single year for many years to come, because it's a classic style. It almost turns it into a decoration rather than a card. But then, of course, you've got the letters. Now, the letters that you've got spelling out Noel, they're individual, so you can put them together in any combination. But have a look at them alongside the snowflakes. You can see that, oh, they're very similar in style, as you can see.
Well, no,
the
that
size.
snowflake's inside that Noel set.
Oh, is it the same?
The die that makes that card is just the extra O that's inside the Noel, the snowflake.
Of course, you've got the extra tiles, haven't you? I'd forgotten about those.
So that card is just using one of those dies to make that one. And it's in the Noel set. So again, it's a bonus from
just
it.
A good, lovely sign, isn't it? Incidentally, as well, Noel or Noel, if you want it, very nice bloke. If you do want to get hold of that, you can. I love this, the backdrop that you've got there.
That is the video
beautiful.
card for this video, for this die.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to make this one, go onto YouTube channel, and it shows you how to make this card from scratch on my YouTube channel. That's the video for it.
But again, the technique from that one you could do with the reindeers.
Yeah, you just change it around. That's all you have to do.
I love it. There's so many beautiful finished samples, whether it's finished samples you're making or maybe you're making tree decorations. Absolutely beautiful, as you can see there. Gorgeous. Something like this, can you imagine doing it with that double-sided glitter card? Oh, look incredible. So there you go. One day special. Time, when I look at the clock there, I mean, we've probably only got about 15 minutes or so left within this hour. I don't know where the time has gone. We launched this at 6 o'clock last night. It flew out. So many of you placing your order, almost like a record-breaking launch show that we had with this one. But it's continued throughout. The momentum has never stopped with this one day special. Lots of you got involved right in the beginning and lots more get involved as time goes on. And because so many of you are investing in your die cutting machine, what that makes me think of is that we've got lots of newcomers to die cutting, which makes me very excited, because you are getting involved with a brand new area of crafting that really does hold no boundaries, because you can create what you like, when you like, and how you like. That's the beauty of the Kaleido machine at the bottom of your screen there. And of course, in addition, you can foil with it as well. Phenomenal. If you're wanting your one day special, do not leave it too long. You can see it's limited stock. Freedom members, you've got the discounted price on it as well, and your ability to spread the cost over your 2 payments as well. So for just over £30, you can actually take advantage of this amazing deal, and it will be on its way to you. One thing I will mention though, because of it being a bank holiday weekend, obviously tomorrow is the first day that Crafts2 can download those orders. So they won't be able to do anything until tomorrow morning when they get those orders. Then it's going to be Action Station. So perhaps don't phone them because they might not answer. Details on your screen if you're wanting your one day special, 983236. You're going to love your one day special so much. Now, something else you're going to love is your pollen. So many of you taken advantage of these. We're down to single figures with regards to these. John showed us the versatility of these, and you will see these appearing time and time again within your one, well, not just your one day specials, to be honest. You'll have seen the pollen previously, because of course we've seen it in loads of different colourways, but this is the first time that we've seen those gorgeous kind of jewelled looks, that glitter content that's made up of multiple gradients within there, which means that you've got the coverage, and of course you've got the ability to have it form shape. So as you can see with regard to these, 016725. It's a bumper bundle. It's not just your pollen that you're getting. You're also going to get your little pickup tools, which are incredibly useful, especially when you're working with those little tiny gems. And you've got your artificial snow, and it is incredible. Professional kind of department store decorations that you see in the windows. £19.99 is one of those bundles that's when it's gone. So take advantage while you can. 016725. Now, one more thing for me to share with you is those beautiful stamps. Now, if you've gone for your Kaleido and you've gone for obviously the ability to foil, then you can't go far wrong with these. They are absolutely beautiful to work with. The idea is that you can stamp them. You can stamp them with your regular embossing inks and embossing powders if you want to. They work alongside the dies, but of course, if you've got your Kaleido, you can turn them into foiled sentiments. These are the type of sentiments that you'd be used to paying for a sheet and then kind of being a bit frugal, because you've only got a dozen of them on a sheet or something like that. With this one, you can make as many as you like. And because you've got so many different colours with your Kaleido foils, you can make them according to your foil cardstock that you've got. But of course, if you want to stamp them, then you can do. And they've got a classic look, that classic look that you'll see perhaps if you're buying cards. You can see there you've got your different fonts with those, different sizes, different styles. So you've kind of got your Victoriana look, and you've also got things like your Art Deco look, your clear clean and crisp. And you've got other elements that you could potentially be using on the inside of your cards as well. But they look absolutely beautiful. And as you can see there, it will work alongside any of that foil card that you've got in your stash as well. They kind of echo that design. £14.98. If you're wanting this as a set, I don't blame you. It's a beautiful set. It's one that you'll go to time and time again. And of course, the dies, you will use those over and over with other stamps you've got in your sets. So there you go, 754-782. We're running out of time. John, I think we're going to come back to you for the last part of the show.
So I think I'd probably better make a very quick bin man card. Now, you know my bin man cards.
Your bin men are very lucky.
My argument is always about how we need cards quickly in a hurry, yeah? So all I have prepped for this is to take one piece of, and this is 300 GSM, I think this is Jelly Bean.
So this could be something
plain
that you picked up on a happy hour at some point or something like that.
That's where I got it from.
OK, fair enough.
Yeah, I've got 2 more happy hours coming from them as well this week. My orders are like
That's
bing,
where they
bing,
all
bing,
go.
bing, 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 bing. Oh, yeah. So I've literally, I've scored it to make my own 5x5 card blank, yeah? So we know this has cost us pence, OK? I'm going to open it out. I'm going to take the inner rim of the bauble and I'm going to put it in. Now, if you really genuinely struggle with getting things straight and you want it bang in the middle of the card, use one of your paper inserts.
OK, right. So how would that work?
So what you would do is put your paper insert on and cut it to size. If you watch the video or read the instructions, shows you how to make the perfect frames, but these I've discovered now are my answer to everything.
Oh, OK,
so if you see there now, look, OK? I've got a grid line. So I want it exactly in the middle, don't I? So let's go. OK, so it's that red line there.
That's clever.
And I want it exactly in the middle. So let's just check. So, there we go. So it's that line and that line. So there's my centre point. So if I just make sure that is on my centre point, yeah, that is on one of the top lines, straight. So now that is centred and straight. Fabulous. That doesn't happen with me.
But also, you're making a template for your next card.
Well, you keep this then.
Yeah.
So if you notice, I'm taping it down to the card there.
Yeah.
But I'm also taping it onto this paper template to make it really easy.
I love it. Now, if you're wanting that grid of sheets, then you have got it, or it's a possibility of getting it as your end of call. End of call items are when you're shopping online, you pop all your goodies in there, you come to check out your order, and they will come up with some additional suggestions. These are usually items that are less than a tenner, sometimes they're only as little as $4.99. And the beauty is you don't have any additional post and packing to add these in. You can go through all the other things, so you can still spread the cost if you've got a flexi order going on with these. So don't worry about that. And if you are placing your order by the phone lines, then our call operator should be able to help you with those if not. So just kind of make a mental note just to ask them if they can add one of those into your basket as well. Very useful.
OK, so there is my paper template ready for my next card, my batch card. There's my aperture. OK. Beautiful. Well, I always say that, you know, having and leaving blank shiny card isn't the right thing, so I'm going to take, this is a Crafts 2 embossing folder.
Oh, now talking
so you
of
could use your
folders.
freebie gift if you get one.
Well, we've not mentioned it during this hour, but if you have already placed an order, then you'll know that yours will be on its way to you with your order. But if you are new to this hour, maybe you're placing your order during this hour, well, you'll already have this on its way to you. But if not, you will find that you have the opportunity, perhaps if you're going for the one-day special, that you will get an additional gift in there. Now, this is something that Crafts 2 are including. It will vary. It may be one of the ones that I'm sharing with you here. It may be a different one. But what you are going to get is a fabulous embossing folder that you will be able to use over and over again. Some of them are Christmas themed as well, which is perfect for your one-day special. Now, if you are wanting your one-day special, it could be your last opportunity. The reason being is we are down to single figures. Yeah, single figures. So some of you are going to be thrilled to bits. You've still managed to get hold of your one-day special. Some of you may still be thinking about it, and that's okay, that's fair enough. But don't think about it for too long, because the reason being is, especially if you're a Freedom member, not only are you saving £10, you're actually saving an additional £6.79. And of course, you saved on your post and packing. You've got your 2 flexi buys, £30.58. I mean, what often we will look at when we're looking at a set, you're looking at one particular area, which is right, that's the reason why I want this particular set. And I think for many of you, because it's one of the first dies that sold out individually, timber.
I think that's the end of the free gift.
Is the tree. This tree is one of the earliest ones to sell out. That, I think, is one of the dies that has made you think, I want this one day special. For me, it was the baubles and the possibility that you've got with regards to creating with the baubles. I know lots of you do like your classic styles, adding your text, adding your words. So lots of you will have gone for this particular one day special because you like the look of that fabulous Noel. Or maybe it's that kind of geometric look that you can create with these, again with that Noel die. But it's one of those things that if you're wanting to get hold of it, you need to be getting hold of it quick. I can't even find any of the cards that have got the strings with the little stars on there. But lots of you, again, that's another reason, because that's another one you could use all year round. But you have to be quick. 33 dies. With your freedom discount, first payment £30.58. It's not a deal that you're going to have hanging around for too much longer. And at 6 o'clock it will have gone. I'm pretty sure of that because we are down to single figures. John, sorry, back over to you. You're
I've
embossing.
embossed that now. So I've got that embossed panel in there on the card. So suddenly it looks a lot more expensive.
Beautiful.
I haven't, apart from embossing this, I haven't done anything while you were talking.
Okay.
So I wanted to show people how quickly we can do it. So, scrap of card, yeah? And this is less than 5 inches.
Right.
So you should get at least 3, and if you're careful, you could get 4 out of a piece of card on this.
Right, okay.
Right, so just place it in where it would be on the back. Put that down, and then take one of the inserts. I'm going to use the stags because it wouldn't be Christmas and me if I don't use the stags. So I'm just going to tape that down, and then I'm going to simply cut that panel. Now, you could keep the bits from this as waste, again, to start another card. But in actual fact, what you'll find is from the next stage, you will get a piece for your next one.
Wonderful.
So we'll take this out. There are my stags. And you just have to ease them out. But you see, even in the satin card, through the Kaleido, that has cut perfectly.
Goodness.
And I love this. That, to me, is so... But see, it's beveled.
Beautiful.
It's finished. That's what I love about the way we have our way we have all of our dies manufactured. So again, quick spray glue. You can use normal glue if you want to. Pop it in place. Check it fits, yeah. But it's not quite a bauble, is it?
Not at the moment,
and this is the difference that I put into Linda's bauble from Penny's bauble.
Okay.
Different size, yeah. So I take the outside line. Now, you may think I'm being wasteful.
Well, this is it, because I'd automatically go top left when I'm die cutting.
Yeah, no, because what will happen is, this is a piece that I've got spare, but this now will become the front of my next bigger card.
Okay.
My sort of, this is a bin man card.
Right.
This will become my stage 2 card.
Okay.
You know, the one where I have to send 30 or 40?
Yes.
You know, of the mantelpiece pleasers, trust me, I make 6. In fact, to be honest, the card I've just made in black and gold is going to be Hayley and David's Christmas card.
I love it.
Yeah. Alex and his missus have already had theirs.
They have, yes.
And Kirsty and Nathan have already had theirs. So I've sent theirs, because it's the only way people will get a Christmas card from me is if they grab it while I'm making them. My mum, bless her, puts the one I made her 7 years ago now out every year. To be fair, she does get one now because Sam makes sure she does. He pulls one out for her, bless her. But you see then, there is my outside bauble rim.
That
So
little
quick
frame.
glue.
See, again, that could be a shaker card, couldn't it, very easily by using that frame in the
Fits
aperture.
over the aperture but sits on.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this looks like it's foam mounted.
Yeah.
It's all flat. Every little bit's flat.
Beautiful.
But that, then, is the start of a front of another card.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That is amazing.
So, and I would finish it with a little top.
Oh, the little crown. Well,
So I put the little crown on,
I don't know.
you know, we can skip that bit because I can't find the little scrap I've got of thing. And of course, this middle piece here, that one I would cut the pattern in to go inside of the second one.
Exactly, it just keeps
But
going and
basically,
going.
in about 3 minutes,
Look at that.
there's your batch cards.
And this is the thing, you could be making several of those, putting them in one of those beautiful little gift boxes and selling them as a set of half a dozen.
Yep.
Fundraising,
You'll make
all for your fair.
far more money making a set of 6 in a box than you'll ever get trying to make big mantelpiece pleasers, because people won't pay for them.
They won't.
And it's a full angel policy. I designed these.
Okay.
My attitude's always been do what the heck you like.
I love it. John, thank you so much. And that's the thing. Once you've got the right dies, once you've got the know-how and the way of using them, then you can get some incredible results. I found one of the cards I was trying to share with you. This is beautiful, those cascading stars. If you took away the Merry Christmas, if you took away the poinsettia, you could be using that all year round.
Yeah. Put happy birthday on that and put some autumn leaves on it if you want to send it to a guy and you're worried about flowers.
Nice idea.
And it's a perfect men's card, because please don't send us any more with cricket and sports on.
The pear tree, again, it's another one. I think this is a lovely one, maybe even using it. It's almost like a classic tree of life, isn't it, that you see
It
in
is, that's what
jewellery and
Sheila
things
said.
like that.
She said you could use that all year round as a tree of life, and I will try and do a sentiment that says it's all gone pear-shaped to go with that.
And I love this, teaming it up with your personalisation that so many of us love to do. And whether it's a case that you're creating baubles, whether it's a case you're creating baubles on your cards, or making those incredible cards with so much detail, as the lovely Leslie has done with this one. I mean, look how incredible that one is. Absolutely beautiful.
And the Christmas letters you will get at the end of September.
So have we not seen these
No.
yet? Oh, OK.
I've just realised that. Along with those snowflakes used on the back of there as well.
Oh, no, hold on. Oh, well, you'll see if you're invested in this. Then
And that
obviously
foliage is the end of September.
Oh, no, John, what are you doing
This is
to
Leslie.
me?
She never sticks to the rules, bless
we
her.
go.
There we go. Everything from that one's available.
I love it. That's the one I meant to show you in the first place.
Yeah.
So I think the beauty is that you've seen there, whether it's working with things you've already got in your stash, or obviously the things that John knows that are on the horizon, they're going to work beautifully. But we are down to single figures. And when I say single figures, I'm talking a single hand worth of figures. So you don't need to be a mathematician to figure out that this stock is not going to last right the way through to 6 o'clock. It's just a case of, is it going to go during the break, or will it go just before 6 o'clock? I don't know. I've got a feeling it's going to go as soon as we say goodbye to John, because that's the thing. John, when are you back again?
The 12th.
Oh, that's quite a distance off.
It is. I need some time.
I bet you do.
I really do need some time.
Bless you.
But we've got, I think it's the Crafts 2 sort of mini birthday.
Okay.
We're not doing a massive one like last year ever again.
Okay, yes.
It nearly killed all of us.
Well, it's all of these. Stop
but
going
I've got
out.
2 hours. I think I've got 2 hours, 2 till 4. On the Sunday, and then the ODS on the Sunday night on the 12th to do it. All
Lovely.
brand new stuff.
OK, well, we knew it was going to happen. And it's sold out. So thank you to everyone that's taken advantage. I'm glad that you did heed my word and you did check out your baskets. So there you go, another one-day special from John Next Door sold out there, kind of making history again. So thank you to everyone. Don't forget, we've still got some of that pollen left. So if you've got that in your basket, you need to be quick with that one. I think the Happy Ideal, that has gone now, but we have still got all the other colours of the cardstock that John has been working with. John, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. But don't worry, I will be leaving you in the more than capable hands of Yanis. See you in a bit. Bye.